So hi DSC community, Vishesh Tripathi this side from the Android team. So today, as per in the last video, we did a project on Jetpack Compose, which was a timer clock, which was based on the UI, theme, state, everything included together. And in today's episode, we won't be doing any specifically project, but I would be just guiding you through how to make a project, how to take some sample projects, the resources you can follow for Jetpack Compose projects, because I feel like the projects are the best ways to learn anything you can learn by doing, and it would get you a project ready for your resume, your portfolio, everything, and you would also get some experiments doing on the projects. And when you do experiments on a project, you get to know more than anything means in a particular tech stack. So here I am on the official side of Android developer. Here you can see the Jetpack library which is mentioned here, and if you want to learn Kotlin and docs, everything is mentioned here. So from here you can get the overview of whatever you want to learn, what is Jetpack Compose and all. Then you can come to Compose part, and if you directly want to dive into the projects part, just come here, and you can see some sample applications, the pathways and setup, how you can set up the environment. It was an issue for people who are not familiar with the Canary version or previous Android Studio versions. And coming to the sample projects, here you can see we are on the official GitHub page of the Android. So here you can see the compose samples which are already prepared by Android for us. Some of these samples are here. You can see one of the sample is Jet News, Jet Chat, Jet Survey, Jet Snack, Jet Coaster Rally, Crane, Owl. And if you want to look particularly into a project, you can just go there and look into its source code. But if you want to run that app and explore it in deep, because I would expect that you would be doing that, just you can download this zip file and run it in your computer, or just you can directly git clone it. I would expect that you know basics of Git and GitHub if you are trying these projects in your Android devices. So a Canary version is must. So one of the project that I can show you that I have installed in my device is this Jet News. As you can see this, so basically this is the Jet News application which is designed by Jetpack Compose only. It shows you the latest Jet News that is available on Kotlin and Android website. So if you want to see the source code of Jet Chat, of Jet Chat, one of the application which is also made by Jetpack Compose. So if you must have seen, there were several application and Jet Chat was one of the part of it. So I have even installed Jet Chat in my phone. So you can see that this application looks something like this, and it has got a chatting. It's just a basic chatting application. The only thing it is means not cracking is it consists of some static data. So if you want, you can make it dynamic too. You just have to make some basic changes. So if you go through here, you can see that it consists of all the files: the UI part, the model part, the data part, the post part, the interest part. You can see it from here, and it is a big application. You may find it a bit confusing in beginning, but look into every file and you would realize that it's nothing. For example, if I go to the Jet News app.kotlin file here, so here you can see that nothing is much. The compose feature is implemented everywhere, because from beginning, from the day one, I have been telling you that compose acts as a proper tree structure. And here you can see the all the stuff that they have mentioned, that when screen is this, you would go to here, and when screen is interest, you would go to here. It's Kotlin core routines, and the theme which have been defined. You can see all the color, shape, theme, and typography files. So you can define any color here of your choice, and means this file is a must if you are doing Jetpack Compose, because this file consists of almost every basic thing that you would be needing. You won't define everything in a specific file. Just choose one file, define everything there, and just keep using it. So the state part, the UI state, it would be changing like that. It's a very big project if I explain you every thing. But just like this Jet News Jet Chat app, there are tons of projects available here. You can see. Okay, yeah. So one of the project that I was showing you is Jet News. It shows what it consists of: the resource loading, light and dark themes, varied UI, medium complexity, UI testing, and the one we were saying was Jet Chat. Yeah. So I would be going here. I would be taking a look into it. So this is the code which is available. You can see everyday changes have been made, the issues have been opened. If once you have dived deep into the Jetpack Compose and Android development part, you can even work on the issues which have been mentioned here. You can see that there are 28 issues open. You can work on them, and it would be a very big thing that if you are able to solve any issue, because it's an official GitHub project of Android. So yeah, you can see the UI state management, the navigation fragments, view model, back button handling. We have covered almost all parts, I guess. The animations and transitions. Okay, the UI state manager. You can even, means if you are not familiar with any one of this, you can directly go and look in the file that how is it working. But what I would suggest you is putting this project in your laptop or PC, whatever you are using, run on your device, do experiments with it. You can see this is achieved using the APIs. Even if you are not able to get the functions of APIs, it's totally not a problem. You can just study about them on the website, and you would be familiar with them. The UI test, the navigation test, the navigation controller, everything it is in Jetpack Compose, and you can just see that everything has been defined here. Similarly here, you can just go through a pathway you want to follow. I have taken most of the documentation part in the video, so that I am able to get all the information very uh, efficiently and correctly for all of you. So you can just use any of this application you want. I would just show you another application, that is JetSnack. Here you can see this is basically all about animation. Yeah, even I tested it, and it is all about animation part. Yeah, so as you can see, this application is all about animations, how the slider is working. You can see the animation part. So yeah, it's a very beautiful application which has been built with Jetpack Compose. Everything consists. Okay, so you can go through the steps which have been mentioned here for if you want to set up the project. So the sample case shows how to implement a custom design system, the custom layout, animations, and it is still in progress, and some screens are not yet implemented. So this is the point where you can contribute to the community itself of Android. Even I am working on some issues of them, even though I'm not that much good that I can work on the big issues, but yeah, I'm working on the basic and intermediate issues, so that I can even fix one of them and get name in the contributors part of Android Jetpack Compose playlist. So here you can see the JetSnack major feature is demonstrating how to implement a custom design. So it means you can just experiment, and when you experiment, you would realize that most of the part which has been they have put up here is part of experimenting. Sometimes you just need to experiment to observe something in a better way. And as I showed you the Jet chat pack, I would just show you again. Okay, this is the Jet News. So okay, I would be going here. I would be loading all the theme, data, conversation components. So you can see that there's a lot of data here: the conversation data, the profile data, the theme data, the components, and consist of a lot of things. So every file consists of its own information. Yeah. The floating transitions, the expandable fab states, we have covered that in the animation part. I told you that a lot and lot of animations. I can't tell you everyone, but yeah, I can tell you some basic, and then you can study it through the documentation. You don't have to remember them. You just have to means know from where you can implement. You just have to get the idea. And similarly here you can see the conversation fragment, the conversation UI state, Kotlin, jump to bottom, everything has been defined here. And the theme part, which I every time say, is the very, you can say gesture types thing, that yes, if we are doing Jetpack Compose, these 4 files must exist there: the color file, the shapes file, the themes file, and the typography file. So it's very easy if you just scroll down here and you would get everything to know. Here you can see the themes which have been defined, the jet chat color platelet and the jet chat light platelet. So okay, it's all about innovation. You can make your own platelet too, not a big thing. The small, medium, large, I can do anything if you want. If I just want to make a large, I would just go here, put rounded corner shape, and I can put that as okay, anything. It can be 3dp, yeah, it would work, not a problem. I have already defined the one which is used, so I would just put it as tiny. So as you can see, it's totally fine, it's working. I haven't defined this shape in the typography and the themes part. That is the reason it is showing the problem here, but it won't be a problem if you just go through the part. And yeah, you need to define it somewhere in the surface area also. So yeah, I would remove it from here right now. It would be a big process if I put it here, because I would have to define the file system from beginning, and this is already a build up project, so that is why it is showing error. You can just see the fake data which has been put up here. So this is the data I was talking about when it was the static data I was talking about when I was talking about it to the JetChat app. So you can see here there is some data already put up, that okay, this is the data that would be used, as you can see. And similarly here also, me, thank you, check it out, and everything has been already predefined. So this was it, means there's a lot of resources. You can just go through the Android developer website. There you can go to the Jetpack Compose section and take some projects, download projects, do experiments on it, make your own projects from getting inspired from them. One thing that you should keep in mind while starting up a project, just keep the environment really compatible with it, because sometimes you would realize that the project is fine, your motivation to do it is fine, but the project is not set up as it should be. There are some dependencies that need to be installed every time you start with Jetpack Compose part. You can just go up here, the get setup link. I would just link up this page, so that if you want, you can just go through and get set up. Setup is a very big task, at least for me, since I've started application development. So just go through it very sincerely and see it. So this was it. Just we would link all the things we covered here in the description section, the GitHub one, the Android developer website, and you can just try on hands projects, and you can even make changes to some upcoming Jetpack Compose projects that would be uploaded on DSC's GitHub page even. So you can just go there, fork some projects and work on them, and just give a pull request. And we assure you that if the pull request is valid and has some created an impact on the project, we would definitely merge it, and it would be good. You can even do open source. Open source is all about contributing to the community. So this was it for this video. Maybe there's a bonus video coming for the Jetpack Compose for multi-platform applications too. So thank you guys. Happy coding.